everyone. Welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. Dottie, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Orly. I'm good. Yes, we do have them covered, and we're really excited about today's show.
Yeah, and Dottie, you sent over a title. Sometimes I send you a title, and I don't tell you what it's going to be about, and sometimes you do the same thing, or sometimes we know what we're going to talk about exactly. And you sent me over the title, Getting Lucky. So I'm not going to jump to any conclusions on what this show might be about. I'm going to let you go into it and explain what this show is going to be about.
Actually, maybe you should go on and jump to conclusions. You just never know, right? Well, we are in an industry, Orly, where our customers are coming to us to have fun, right? So, yeah, when I sent that over, that's kind of what I had in mind because, getting lucky is a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
Getting lucky. Let me just share with you. I want to share with you kind of just to set the tone for things, right? So according to the Webster Dictionary, lucky means producing or resulting in good by chance.
Okay.
So just because you got lucky, right? I like that, don't you?
Yeah.
So, when customers come into our entertainment centers, our bowling centers, and they have an opportunity to experience something that they didn't expect, something just out of the blue, and they actually get lucky, that creates a lot of talk, right? They leave the center and they're going, "Oh my gosh, Willie, that was so cool. I got lucky. I won, I won a pair of shoes on my next visit, or I won a soda, or whatever the case may be. And I didn't have to do anything about it." We get so giddy over little bitty things like that. And that just takes that fun that we came out to do, to experience, to a whole new level, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that you can do. We have our BestX system, and it's just packed full of all these features and games and unique little, I call them hidden gems, right? But it also has some really fun ways that you can let your customer experience that thrill, experience that joy of getting lucky. And we at Cubica ANF call those chance games, right?
Okay, yeah.
Games that don't require any skill. So you just come out and you get what?
Lucky. And those are my favorite. Those are my favorite games. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the best bowler. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes people say, "Man, you work for a bowling company. You're not a good bowler." I'm like, no.
Yeah, right. And so to just name a few, there's Lane Lotto, which is really cool because for things like St. Patrick's Day, it's got the little the little leprechaun, the little elf guy. I'm not sure how we refer to him, but he's cute. And it's green, and you can really theme out some really fun things for St. Patrick's Day that are totally based on luck, right?
Yeah.
And so those are a lot of fun, and they're easy to execute, things like that. And of course, you've heard me talk about my favorite one that's chance based, and that's Lucky Train.
Yeah.
Hence
No, I hear you talk about Lucky Train a lot. When we talk to customers, I know we've been letting them know about it, and they seem excited about it too. So, and again, people love to win things, and the fact that it's just kind of a chance game, that makes it even more fun because, like you said, you don't have to be, you don't have to be super competitive, and you don't have to be very skilled to have a chance at winning.
Yeah, absolutely. And we think of it, maybe just in the terms of an adult. And the fact that adults like to win, but kids like to win too. And there are things that are built specifically for kids, but they can be used for adults too. Lane Lotto is definitely appropriate for kids. Lucky Train is definitely appropriate for kids. But Birthday Wheel, for example, it's got this cute little rabbit. It comes out, it spins. Kids love it, and so they get to feel lucky too.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't have to just be based on something within your system. If someone comes into the center and you do something special for them, or you do something unique for them, and they feel like, "Oh, wow, that was cool. I really got lucky today." that word of mouth that goes a long ways.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me, sometimes we'll go to the monthly bingo here in our town. And, you're already going for the bingo. That's the fun. Just same thing with the bowling center. You're going to bowl and that's the fun. But they end up doing, they do different themes and they'll have like a costume contest, whether it's, we're dressing in pink today or flamingo shirts, or there's always some kind of theme, or whether it's Halloween or Christmas. And they do like a costume contest, and they give away prizes. They'll do like a raffle and they give away prizes. And sometimes they'll give away like a couple lottery tickets or like a bottle of wine, and people have a blast with that. So not only are you going in for your original fun, but when there's something extra on top of that, it really does stand out. You talk about it. I mean, for instance, I'm talking about it now, so it's obviously stuck with me. And yeah, that goes a long way with customers.
Yeah, it really does. The thing is, it doesn't, our listeners have heard us say this many times. It doesn't matter what they're winning, but the fact that they get to win something is super, super exciting.
Exactly.
It's something they didn't expect, right? So I definitely encourage that, but I have to share something. And then I want to go into the fact that offering opportunities to get lucky doesn't have to just end with a random thing or a weekly, an open play thing. It can also be done in a structured environment. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I have to share with you, Orly, I know where your mind was headed when I sent you the title, right?
Yeah.
And I have to share with you, yes, my mind was going there a little bit too, but because we do know that it is easy, you can get lucky in a bowling center. I'm just saying, I did go there. Yes, I did go there. But I have to tell you, my passion for Lucky Train.
Yeah.
In my center, we use Lucky Train all the time. And I was a center that was near a university, and we were like 2 blocks from a high school. So we had a lot of students, right? And I thought, oh, you know what? I just love that you can get lucky in my center. So what did I do? I decided to play on that. So I created these little towels. Everybody, when you're in bowling, you want to wipe your hands, right? Get all the ball all off of them. So I created these little towels. They were very inexpensive, like $2 a piece, custom printed. And it said, I got lucky at, and then it had my logo.
Oh, that's cool.
And when we did Lucky Train and when we did Lane Lotto and we did these little fun games, we gave this towel out. Well, this was a highly sought after towel. People loved it because they thought it was so clever,
Yeah.
And fast forward, being in a college town and supporting our college students, I was watching a game, televised football game, and these students were waving we call them rowdy rags. They were waving these rowdy rags, and it was, I got lucky at, and boy, was I jumping for joy. I thought, well, that's really cool. They use my towel as a rowdy rag. So, it's okay to kind of skirt that little bit of,
little edgy
thing.
Yeah.
I like edgy.
People like that. Yeah, they like funny shirts. Like, I mean, it reminds me of, I don't want to age myself, but somewhere back in the 80s, and even 90s, where they would sell shirts that would say something kind of along those lines, and people loved it. They were popular. People like to wear things with a message like that. Just, it has people question it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of fun. Kind of like, Orly, we did a blog post back, some time ago, and it was sparked from a customer that was wanting to know the why bowling is such a great first date. And I know we got a little edgy there, but it was fun. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be a little edgy.
And it makes for great promotion. So.
Yeah, it really does. So I want to get back to though, how not only are some of these fun chance games great for open play and for parties and stuff like that, but you can also build programs around those as well. So if you've got something that you're planning for St. Patrick's Day, then certainly work in like Lane Lotto into that experience, right?
Okay.
Because it
Yeah.
is fun, it's themed, and we're all about theming things out, getting your food involved, your drinks involved, all that kind of stuff. So why not get your scoring system involved as well? So definitely keep those things in mind. And then, like Lucky Train, for example, there are weekly programs that you can do on that, where you can do like a 6-week program. We call it Lucky Dinner Train. So you win gift cards to restaurants and stuff like that. So there are so many ways for you to let your customers get lucky in your center, and you're really elevating their experience, either when they come into open play or to attract them to your center because of an experience that's incorporating some of these elements of chance into that experience, so they can get lucky at your center,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's the perfect St. Patrick's Day promotion. And yeah, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and obviously, if you have a bar in your facility, St. Patrick's Day seems to attract some people that like to have some drinks. So it's a perfect time to start making a promotion to work around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, and golly, gosh, it's March, and the other thing that comes in March is spring break.
Yeah.
And I know that in my center, we that was just a crazy period of time. You just had more customers than you knew what to do with. But to do fun things during those heavy open play periods, and allow those customers to have an opportunity to win something that they least expect, is a great way. Put that branded merchandise out there, create that lucky towel that is proof that they got lucky at your center, and take that little bit of a risk in doing some really creative and fun things for your customers. It'll go a long way.
I agree. I think we did it ourselves today by making this title getting lucky. You might have to explain that one to the bosses when they see it, but I'll leave that up to you.
I'll ask for forgiveness later. How's that?
Yeah, that works.
That's our secondary seed for today.
Yeah.
Act, then ask for forgiveness. So
Exactly.
lucky thing, we have a very supportive team and bosses. So, well, listeners, thank you so much for investing in your growth with us today. Remember, success grows from the seeds that we plant today. Until next time, keep cultivating excellence.